Hello all, and welcome to Wayne's Allotment. It's been a while since I've posted anything. I'm not going to go into any details as to why and what's happened, but needless to say that I think you may find this video a little bit more interesting than others, or than others I've posted in the past. All will be self-explanatory as you watch this. I'll be giving you a tour of the greenhouse, and I will also be giving you a tour of what I've got growing under my grow lights, as well as a quick tour round the plot itself out on the allotment. So let's start with a tour of the grow lights. Here we are under the grow lights. Couple of tomatoes there, a bit of a story with them. I'll fill you in on those later. Peppers at the back, some sweet peppers and some chili peppers. The sweet peppers are summer salad mix and world beater. The chili peppers are cayenne. I've got some little gem lettuce just starting to come through here. These little pots at the front there, they are sprouts, and they're a variety called Fill Basket. Then the 8 pots there, they are Iron Man Calabrese. Moving over to this side, we've got all year round cauliflower, some more peppers. I've got some tomatoes here. These are Crimson Crush. I've never grown them before, but I see a lot of people have a lot of success with them on YouTube, so I'm going for that. Then there's some celery, and then at the back there is turnip and swede at the back of there. Coming down the front here now is some onion sets. These are Fen Globe, and from what I can see, that one I don't think was fired, and then there's about 4 here that haven't fired, but the rest are doing really well. And then down here, these are parsnip, tender and true, and as you can see, they're starting to get the leaves and they need now moving out to be potted on. So I will be going through that a little bit later on today, hopefully. Right, in here we've got some leeks. I've got a pot with below 0. They're giant winter white. They are blue, I think it's blue Solaris or something like that. And the good old faithful at the back there, Musselburgh. Can't go wrong with them. You may think I've overdone it with the leeks, but these aren't all for me. I've got a fellow plot holder that has had some leeks off me in the past, and it's slowly turning into a situation now where each year I deliberately do more than I need, and whatever I've got left I pass on to him. So I'm starting to feel a bit obliged to do it, and I don't mind doing it because he's a fantastic chap, so I'm very happy. Next to them, sunflowers in these here, all of those. I don't know the variety because they are grown from last year's plant, and the plant last year was grown from seeds from the plant the year before, so the variety is question mark, and let's just say that they seem to do quite well. Over the back there's a few more of those fen globe onion sets. Then I've got 2 lots of spring onions here. I've got white Lisbon and I've got some ramrod. And then down here, if I can just peel back these sweet peas, I've got onions here which are Bedfordshire Champion. They were sown 27th, I think it's 27th of the 9th I've sown them, so I'm quite pleased with the way they're coming on. And then sweet peas, again, you asked me the variety, I don't know, because these are a total experiment from last year's plants, and I think the variety last year was something like Colour Spectrum or something, but I know there were a variety of colours. I'm not sure what they actually were now, but I'm doing them. These are ready, as you can see, to go into the big pots that I put them in. They will get put into the pots, and the pots will be kept here in the greenhouse. But apart from that, there's nothing else in here that I've got started. It's all in the it's all under the grow lights at the moment. Parsnips. Now, if you remember right, when I did a tour of the or showing you what was under the grow lights, I was on about with how I do my parsnips, and they were coming on quite nicely on this tissue paper, and that they needed potting on, and this is my way of potting them on, or the way I'm trying this year. As you can see, that's quite a deep pot. In those pots is a mixture of multi-purpose compost, some perlite and sand. The idea, or my thinking behind the idea, I don't know, but my thinking behind the idea of using these deeper pots is the parsnips can be left in these, they can be left to get quite well established before I need to disturb them out of here and put them on the plot. Or shall we say, let's word it the other way and say that by the time I need to get them out of these pots, they'll be ready for going out onto the plot. I don't know whether it's going to work, but we'll see what happens and give it a go this year. And I've got I've put 6 little seedlings in each pot, and I've got some more of these pots, various sizes, as you can see here, that I'll probably be able to get. I might be able to get about a dozen in there, and I've, you know, I can keep going with a few, so I will keep you informed of how progress goes with those, no problem. Right, Right, I'm in the greenhouse and I'm going to pot on these sweet peas. The variety is unknown, but as you can see they were sown the 9th of the 2nd this year, and considering they've been in the greenhouse, they're doing really well. I've got 2 pots like this set up. It's just a cane with like a big, it's like a big spring really in the middle. I shall plant the sweet peas all the way around it and some in the middle. I've got 2 pots to do, but I'll bring you back to have a look at it all when I've finished. So that's 1 pot done. It's roughly half of those, so I've got another one of those pots to do. Get them all planted up. They will be left in the greenhouse here, and then moved out to the front of the house when the weather gets something like decent and the chance of frosts are gone. So that's it with the sweet peas. Right, I'm out in the greenhouse. I'm going to do some more. You've just seen a video of me potting on some sweet peas into some bigger tubs. I'm going to put some more seed in now, but before that I thought I'd just let you know about those tomatoes you saw earlier, the experimental question mark tomatoes. Basically what that's all about is I saw a video, it's some time ago now, it maybe 2 years, where a chap had put some compost into a pot, sliced ordinary supermarket bought tomatoes up, sliced them up like you would do for a sandwich, and he'd just placed them in the pot, covered them with compost, and they obviously took, and he got some nice tomato plants from them. And basically I'd done the same thing there, but it was accidental. Over the winter I sliced up a tomato as you would do when you're making a sandwich. I washed some seed off from what was left rather than eat it, dried the seed out, and not quite sure how, but a couple of seeds dropped onto the capillary matting under those grow lights, and I didn't realise until I was moving things around that's what had happened, and they started growing. So I put them into originally some smaller pots than you see them in now, and they've taken. So I know they're very early. They will stay obviously in the house until all chance of frosts are gone, but that's going to give me a nice early crop of tomatoes, fingers crossed. I know that if they're an F1 variety, there's a very strong possibility that I could end up with a very sturdy tomato plant and not very good tomatoes, or it could be the other way around. That's if they're an F1. I don't know. I honestly don't know what variety they'll be, but it was something I was planning on only planting the seed around this time of year now. This is like it's St. Patrick's Day, so I was planning on sowing the seed for tomatoes then, but they sort of automatically jumped ahead of me. So we'll see how they go. I'll let you know well, you'll see for yourself. I'll show you how things go with them, and I'll carry on with doing these sweet peas. Next time, by the way, next time I'm hoping to show you some sweet corn, courgettes and cucumbers that I've started. They have just started to raise their head. I noticed yesterday they're in the propagator in the house and they're just starting to come up. So in the next video I'm hoping to show you how well they're doing. So until then, see you again.